hey, good morning. It is Glenn. I'm at home in the gardens and it's planting day. I know I've advised in the past to slowly plant, but our last 2 weeks, for a gardener, sometimes it's been challenging. We've had like this really nice spring and then the rain started to come and we just had frost warnings. We were down and I think we got as cold as 36 here. So the tenders I planted I should have covered but just didn't have time. So 2 weeks, it's Memorial Day. Give you a hint on what day it is, Monday. Kind of fun. Think about this little theme I've been talking about is why do we garden? And if you're from the Midwest, if you're from a farm family or anything like that in the Midwest, you just grew up farming, and I maybe have mentioned this in a previous video. I think we used to have an acre garden, if not more, when I was young in 4-H and all that stuff. So for me, this is a really small garden in my lifetime. Yeah, it's still a lot. But it's planting day, so we're gonna get a lot more in today. The thing that is important that you may be noticing is all the work that we have done this year and even going to last year's rejuvenation is really paying off. I've talked about, lowering the weed seed, the seed bank that's in here. And you can see, bird poo. You can see that there's not a lot of weeds in here. There are weeds, so this quick hoe. So this is where that, putting in a little time earlier to get things ready makes planting day, makes this time a little bit easier, a little bit more enjoyable. If I were had put it all off to this very last day and I had to get everything prepped and get everything weeded, everything cleaned, and everything planted in a day, that would be absolutely miserable, otherwise known as my childhood in the garden. Yeah. So, just seeing it right there, just using my favorite little 3-tine rake, and all I'm doing right now is loosening up. A couple of these cells will get a little bit of soil amendment, just that straight composted manure, the organic fertilizer, and we'll get planting. Been a nice cool morning. We'll be in the mid-70s today, but coffee is, I'll have to go do it again, but coffee is in my near future. Yes, Jax the garden dog is out now. Coffee was good. Actually still is, a little bit longer than I had planned for. Let's take a quick look at what we have here. So yeah, the soil is looking really, really nice. You can see it. Good structure, just enough sand, great organic matter, and that little hoeing that I did. I mean, there's always gonna be a weed. We're not gonna get too worried about one weed, but loosens it up. Tomatoes, peppers that were planted earlier. I did a quick little weeding on them. We'll get the cages in on them today. And let's just pop over here. So this is where you can start to see the little seeds that pop up. And this will get hoed and get set up. San Marzanos are going in today there. So just a pretty exciting day getting some stuff planted in the garden. Planting more potatoes. So I have the video about planting potatoes in the straw bales. Put a card up there for you to check that one out. This method is, I don't know what I'm gonna call it, the trench method, unlike individual hills that you would do. I'm probably gonna do a third style, so look for that. But I've loosened up the soil. I added some manure. This is really nice, light and fluffy. It's gonna be great for potatoes because they will not have to fight to get into that soil. Ideally maybe 6 inches apart, but I bought a couple extra, so we're gonna be about 4.5 inches apart. That's okay. I did cut them early, let them scabbed off a little bit and dry. Then I'm putting the first little layer of soil on top of them, packing that lightly, and then moving the sides in, and I probably will do a top dressing of our Sustain fertilizer, and then I think I'm gonna try, I have some of that extra straw bale from last year, and then I'll just mulch the top of these, maybe to help with weeds, soak them in. And I like this trench method mainly for watering, and you'll see that once I get back to finishing this, because I can just start the water on one side and let it just fill up the whole trench and go down. I'm not individually watering each hill. All right, Yukon Golds, potatoes specifically grown for our Thanksgiving dinner. Woo. We got the tomatoes all caged up, and then I finished weeding, kind of that little hoeing, raking, weeding in the peppers on the other side, and then I caged up all my peppers. I had one little jalapeno here that got taken out by a dog paw, Jack, sorry. But that's okay, because I picked up a Serrano, so now I have a Serrano. We'll give that a try. I haven't raised those, but they're a medium heat, so I'm excited about that. We're gonna be making our habanero sauce again this year. That was freaking awesome last year. All right, actually starting to look like a garden, and now we're gonna get onto our, it's onion time, and I have a lot of onions. But first, we're gonna go get ourselves a lemonade. Not a reward beer yet, just a lemonade. There's no doubt it's getting to be a long day in the garden, but it is quite rewarding. Larry stopped by earlier and said all the years he was gardening, he never needed therapy. Maybe that's one of the reasons. It's very peaceful, very relaxing. But hey, check it out. We have a few things in the new straw bales, a couple tomatoes, a squash, kale, peas, beans. I took all the little onions from the onion sets and threw them in here just to give them a try, and some cabbage. The potatoes I checked earlier that are in the other bales over there, they are starting to come up. Time to plant some flowers. Michelle and the GSPs are off to the dog park. I'm gonna plant flowers for a while. I guess we're gonna grill in a bit. That sounds nice, but pretty nice looking garden, pretty nice looking day in the garden.
didn't quite get through all of the seed packs today. We tried. Not really. There's more. I had a helper today. Yay. Exactly. Kind of. I always say, you know, plant flowers, it's food for the soul. So it was wonderful to have Em out here. We got our flowers planted there. A couple dahlias over there, glads, zinnias, snapdragons, all kinds of fun flowers. We still have more baskets and things like that to do. But this is gonna wrap it up for today. We have reward beers going on from Lakeside, Montana. We brought them back, obviously. Maybe it's not obvious. Tamarack, a little yard sale, and then a little hat trick hop. Michelle and her IPAs. Anyways, Glenn, at home in the gardens. We've got a lot done today. If you have any questions about how we planted, what we planted, and what we did, go ahead, leave a comment. I will let you know why and how we did it. And yeah, we're tired. Something like that. It's a good day. Look at that. Dirt underneath the fingernails. They say that's good for the soul too, or the body, or nutrients, or something like that. Who knows? Is it time for dinner?
Yes. Wrap it up.
What's that?
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Wooka wooka wooka. No, not that wrap. Till next time. Happy gardening. Enjoy.